Terrorism is a very dynamic phenomenon. It evolves all the time. That's the challenge. Once you understand something about terrorism, you understand who are the terrorist organizations, their aims, their modus operandi, you need to know that this is changing all the time. You have new challenges, new dilemmas, new organizations. And I think that unfortunately we witness that in the current situation right now. If you would ask me a year ago, if you would ask most of the participants, and we have more than 1,000 participants coming from 50 countries, experts on terrorism, if you would ask them who's the most dangerous, most barbarous terrorist organization, I'm not sure that they would mention ISIS as the main organization. Maybe Al-Qaeda, maybe Jabhat al-Nusra. Now there is another focus. There is the focus on ISIS.
So what is it? Is it we don't understand, we don't know, or just that's how terror is?
No, that's how terrorism is. We need to be humble in our understanding of terrorism, and we need to understand that we need to be on a learning curve all the time. You know what? The terrorists themselves are on the learning curve all the time, because they are trying to look for the soft bellies of the different societies that they are fighting against, and they would like to take this opportunity and to conduct notorious attacks against the different people altogether.
So what has the world learned? Has the world learned anything?
The world is on a learning curve. If you would ask me, is it fast enough? Is it efficient enough? Well, I'm not so sure that my answer would be positive. I think that the world is fighting and dealing with terrorism much better today than it used to be 10 years ago, but there is a lot of things that still need to be adopted. You know what? We have 1,000 experts from all over the world here. All of them are experts for terrorism. Ask them, what is the definition of terrorism? What is terrorism? You would be surprised to see that even among the scholarly community, even among the heads of security services, there is no agreement on one definition of the term.
What kind of different definitions?
There are so many definitions. There are 100 definitions. The definition that I'm using is that terrorism is the deliberate use of violence aimed against civilians in order to achieve political ends. It means that terrorism is a certain modus operandi. Terrorism is not ideology. Different ideologies, religious ideologies and others, are misusing this political violence aimed against civilians, i.e. terrorism, in order to achieve their goals. Once you understand that, you understand that this is not a subjective term. It's not one man's terrorist is another man's freedom fighter. Because even if you support freedom fighters, you cannot support the deliberate attacks against civilians, i.e. terrorism.
After 9/11, there was a lot of talk about Israel can teach America, Israel can teach the world. Is it still like that today? Are people coming to understand, learn from Israel, or is, everyone's in the game already?
I think that many states can learn from Israel, and I think we need to be humble enough to understand that nowadays we can learn a lot from many other states as well. Unfortunately, terrorism is no more a local problem. It's a global phenomenon. More and more states find themselves encountering terrorism, dealing with the implications of terrorism, and fighting terrorism. And we need to understand something, again, that the terrorists learned before us. It takes a network to beat a network. The terrorists created the global jihadi network, and now there is a real need for the global counter-jihadi terrorist networks, which includes many Muslims around the world and many Muslim countries.
Last question, you're talking about the Muslim countries. There's also a whole issue of politically correct. We're hearing about people saying in France there's lots of mosques, but always you have to be politically correct, and that's also a challenge.
I believe that one of the biggest enemies of efficient counterterrorism is politically correctness. And I'm saying that with all due respect to those which are political. Let me share with you an anecdote. I was invited to give a talk a few years ago in Europe. And just before I was giving my talk, there was another speaker. He was an imam, a religious cleric coming from an Arab country. And he was preaching to the European crowd, and he said, how dare you refer to Islam as if it is something to do with terrorism? How dare you refer to jihad as if it is something? Do you know what's Islam? Islam is the religion of peace and clemency. Do you know what jihad is all about? It's all about doing those good deeds. Then was my turn, and I approached him, and I said to him, my friend, let me thank you from the bottom of my heart that you took the trouble to fly all over the way from your country to Europe to share with us those two important messages. It's important for us to understand that Islam is not terrorism, that jihad is not terrorism. But between you and me, I don't understand why did you bother to fly all over the way from this country instead of staying in your country or crossing to any Arab and Muslim country in the world and tell those people which are beheading innocent civilians under the name of Islam, raising the flag of jihad, what they do is against jihadi verdicts and against Islamic concepts, because this is your task in life, not to sweep the dust under the rug, not to be political correctness, not to color Islam as the religion of terrorism, which is not true, but to say loud and clear, we have a problem in Islam, and we, the Muslims, need to solve this problem.
Dr. Boaz Ganor, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.